the Chi-Town experience on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears should take advantage of this situation and make one more big move prior to the start of the new season. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. First and foremost, Bears fans, happy Monday to every single one of you guys. I hope you guys had a really good weekend. On today's episode of Keek on the Mic, I wanted to bring a couple of updates to your attention. First and foremost, this came by some surprise from a lot of different people, not just Bears fans, but according to Ian Rappaport, former Chargers wide receiver DJ Chark, one of the top veteran free agents available, recently visited the Bears, sources say. And there's going to be a lot of Bears fans that, may scratch their head at this visit, just for the simple fact that when you currently look at the Chicago Bears roster, we have a whole lot of wide receivers. Of course, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, you signed OZ and Duvernay as well. Of course, you even have Tyler Scott coming back as well. So a lot of people may wonder, why would the Chicago Bears be interested in DJ Chark? He's a former second-round pick, has definitely been kind of a journeyman the last couple of years. In 2019, had over 1,000-yard receiving season and also made the Pro Bowl. But for the last couple of years, he's been bouncing around from team to team and just has been dealt with a whole lot of injuries as well. He did have a stint in Detroit, and I believe back in 2021, where he did play for Ben Johnson, and he had 502 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns that year. So not too bad whatsoever. So if the Chicago Bears did opt to sign a guy like DJ Chark, this would just all be about camp bodies, adding more competition to the wide receiver room. And this has Ben Johnson written all over it. So do I love the idea of signing DJ Chark? It's kind of 50-50 for me. I think the Chicago Bears should definitely focus more of their time on trying to find yet another edge rusher, rather it's Cedarius Smith or Matthew Judon. I feel like that's what truly the Chicago Bears still need on this roster. But if they do end up signing wide receiver DJ Chark, it all makes a lot of sense that Ben Johnson has that connection and familiarity with a guy like Chark, and just once again, more competition in the wide receiver room. So Bears fans, how do you feel about the idea of the Chicago Bears adding wide receiver DJ Chark prior to the start of training camp? Let me know down below in the comment section. But Bears fans, before we end today's episode of Keek on the Mic, I want to share you guys some juicy details in regard to edge rusher Micah Parsons. Obviously, we've talked about the possibility, or at least the idea, even though it may be a pipe dream, of possibly trading for Micah Parsons, currently of the Dallas Cowboys. He is currently looking for a new contract extension, and rightfully so. He is one of the best, if not the best, edge rushers in the National Football League. And we kind of let that dream die because we're like, you know what? The Dallas Cowboys are not going to be stupid. We all understand that Jerry Jones can have his moments, but at the end of the day, we understand that he's one of the best edge rushers in the game, and they're going to get a deal done. But that belief of maybe the possibility of the Bears taking advantage of maybe going out and making one more big move, to me, kind of heated up today, just for the simple fact that Jerry Jones was meeting with the Dallas Cowboys media, and they were just talking about, the season ahead and I guess expectations. And he randomly just roasted Micah Parsons. He said this, he said, just because we sign him doesn't mean we will have him. He missed 6 games last season. And first and foremost, I just want to fact check Jerry Jones really quickly. Parsons only missed 4 games last season, so I'm not sure where he got the 6-game number. But the fact that he just outed a player that, to me has truly been a true professional for the Dallas Cowboys, and a guy that has been willing to stay in Dallas, right? And he's not even holding out. There was a video today of him running out in training camp in full pads, right? So it seems like he wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. So the fact that Jerry Jones came out and just straight up roasted and outed Micah Parsons, to me is absolutely crazy. And with that being said, And I understand it would cost a lot of draft capital, and I understand it would cost a lot of money as well out of the Chicago Bears books. But if Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys are dumb enough to, trade away, to me, a generational talent in Micah Parsons, Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears need to pick up the phone and just ask what it would actually cost. There's nothing wrong with picking up the phone and just talking to Jerry Jones and talking to the Dallas Cowboys organization and maybe trying to work out a deal. You think about the spot that the Chicago Bears are in and the expectations that they have. They feel that they finally have their head coach in place in Ben Johnson, something they've been missing since the Lovie Smith days. They feel that they finally have a franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams, something they've never had in franchise history. They feel that they have everything else around Caleb Williams to be successful, meaning rebuilding the offensive line. The defense is also in a good spot as well. It just seems that everything is going in the right direction. So in my personal opinion, and maybe Ryan Poles is thinking this way as well, or maybe not, but in my personal opinion, if Ryan Poles feels that he has everything in place and he feels that they can not only compete for the NFC North, but maybe even push to maybe win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years, this is the type of moves that organizations make for guys like Micah Parsons. And obviously it gives me like that 2018 feel when, the Chicago Bears traded for Khalil Mack, and people can say what they want, but I feel that when we traded for Khalil Mack back in 2018, if it wasn't for the double doink against the Philadelphia Eagles, that team could have easily probably went to at least the NFC Championship game in that year, in Khalil Mack's first year in Chicago. So I think that would have the same type of implications. I know there's a lot of Bears fans out there saying that making a move for Micah Parsons may be even bigger than the one the Chicago Bears made back in 2018 for Khalil Mack. So to me personally, when you have a young franchise quarterback and you have belief in that quarterback and how you built around him, not only that, when you have a young franchise rookie quarterback that you believe in on a rookie contract that, can allow you to possibly make a move like this in this 3-year window before you have to pay, Caleb Williams all that big quarterback money here in the National Football League. These are the type of moves that you should consider if you are in a spot like Ryan Poles. So to me, I am not going to say that they need to go out and do it, but nothing is wrong with Ryan Poles picking up the phone and calling Jerry Jones and the Cowboys and seeing what it would cost. And once again, if the Cowboys and Jerry Jones are dumb enough, which I wouldn't put it past Jerry Jones, to actually trade Micah Parsons, then, hey, I am all for it. I think this would be a move to propel the Chicago Bears, not only to compete in NFC North, but to be a championship contender as well. You think about what Micah Parsons would do for this defensive line. It would be a true running mate, for Montez Sweat that will allow Dayo Odeyingbo and Javon Dexter to really focus on bringing that pressure on the interior, which would be huge for the Chicago Bears defensive line. And once again, as a whole, I think it would just propel the Chicago Bears as a football team. Once again, the biggest hurdle is going to be the draft capital, of course. You have to give up probably a couple of firsts and maybe even a couple of seconds to bring Micah Parsons to Chicago. And then, of course, he's going to want a massive contract extension that would probably make one of, if not the highest paid edge rushers in the National Football League. So I still think this is a pipe dream, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention that these comments that of Jerry Jones outing and basically roasting Micah Parsons probably doesn't sit well with Micah Parsons. And if that's the case, and if it continues to escalate, Ryan Poles and the Bears should pick up the phone and possibly try to take advantage and land a generational talent and bring him here to Chicago. So Bears fans, let me know if I'm just overthinking this whole situation or if you think I'm right on the money. And if it does continue to escalate and, Micah Parsons wants out, do you think that Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears should call the Dallas Cowboys and try to make a huge blockbuster deal for Micah Parsons? Let me know down below in the comment section. But as always, Bears fans, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears that you know. But other than that, be back for all new Bears podcasts right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the mic.